Best combos for the Crimsin King. So if you have the Crimsin King Structure Deck, then you may have already noticed that on the back of your playmat, there are already a couple combos laid out. So these combos both start with Red Rising Dragon on the field and Crimsin Resonator in your graveyard. So the first couple combos we're going to look at today is how to set up for these two. Our first combo is essentially a one-card combo. You will need Soul Resonator and any other card in your hand. So if you open your hand with a Soul Resonator, you can pull off this combo no problem. So to start off, we're going to normal summon our Soul Resonator, and then we're going to use his effect to add a level 4 monster to our hand. We're going to grab our Bone Archfiend. Then we're going to discard any card in our hand to special summon the Bone Archfiend from our hand. Next up, we're going to use Bone Archfiend's effect to send our Crimsin Resonator from our deck to our graveyard, and this will decrease the level of our Soul Resonator by 1. So now we have a level 4 and a level 2. We can tune up these two in order to special summon our Red Rising Dragon. And then with the effect of Red Rising Dragon, he can special summon a Resonator from our graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and special summon our Crimsin Resonator. And just like that, we have Red Rising Dragon and Crimsin Resonator. Then what you would do is use your Crimsin Resonator's effect to special summon 2 Resonators from your deck and go into either of these combos laid out on the deck of the playmat. Our second combo is going to be very similar. All you'll need is Crimsin Resonator and any level 4 monster. If you control no monsters, you can use Crimsin Resonator's effect to special summon him to the field, and then you can normal summon your level 4. Now we have a level 4 and a level 2, we can tune up these two. Synchro summon our Red Rising Dragon. Then, just like before, Red Rising Dragon's effect will special summon our Crimsin Resonator from the graveyard, and then with Crimsin's effect you can special summon 2 Resonators, which will set you up for either of the combos on the back of the playmat. Alright, now let's look at a couple combos that aren't on the back of the playmat, and these will set up for some very powerful boards. Okay, this next combo will only work to its full potential if you have 2 copies of Red Rising, but you can still follow along and see how this goes. So what we'll need is Crimsin Resonator and Witch of the Black Forest. So just like with our last combo, we're going to special summon our Crimsin Resonator and then normal summon Witch of the Black Forest. Now we have a level 2 and a level 4. We'll tune these two together to summon our Red Rising Dragon. Now since Witch has gone from the field to the graveyard, we can use her effect to add a monster to our hand. We're going to add Wandering King Wildwind to our hand, and then we're going to use Red Rising's effect to special summon our Crimsin Resonator. Next we're going to use the effect of Crimsin Resonator to special summon our Creation Resonator and our Synchron Resonator straight from our deck. And finally we're going to special summon Wandering King Wildwind. Now with this field you can already do quite a lot. We've got 3 tuners and 2 non-tuner monsters. We can summon some pretty powerful monsters, but what we're going to do here is go into something a little bit bigger. So if you have a second copy of your Red Rising Dragon, now is the time. We're going to tune our Wandering King Wildwind with our Crimsin Resonator to summon our second copy of Red Rising Dragon. I don't actually have a second copy, so I'm just going to use this card for a substitute. And then once again, we're going to use our Red Rising's effect to special summon the Crimsin Resonator from our graveyard. Now we've got 2 level 6s plus the same 3 tuners that we've had before, so essentially we've just leveled up our Wandering King Wildwind by 2 levels, which is pretty cool. So next up, we're going to tune our Crimsin Resonator plus our Synchron and our Creation with our Red Rising Dragon, I'll use this one, in order to synchro summon the Red Supernova Dragon. This is very similar to the combo laid out on the back of your playmat, and that is how you get to Red Supernova. Now since we have another Red Rising on the field, we can use our Synchron Resonator's effect when he's in the graveyard to add Creation Resonator back to our hand. And then if we control a level 8 or higher Synchro monster, we can special summon Creation Resonator straight from our hand, and then tune our level 3 Creation Resonator with our level 6 Red Rising Dragon to summon the level 9 Red Hot Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Sorry, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. So with this combo, we have both Red Supernova and our Hot Red Abyss, which is a pretty insane field. And these cards' effects are very powerful, and this is just a great setup. But it does require 2 Red Rising Dragons to get into this. Okay, so our final combo is the biggest one, and this will get a little bit complicated. So what we're going to need is our Crimsin Resonator plus our Wandering King Wildwind in our hand. And we're also going to need either our Soul Resonator plus any card, or our Red Resonator plus any level 4 monster. So you need Crimsin Resonator in either combination of these 2 cards. So we're going to start off by special summoning our Crimsin Resonator to the field since we have no monsters. And then since we control a Fiend Tuner with 1500 or less attack, we can special summon the Wandering King Wildwind. Next we're going to tune Crimsin with Wildwind in order to synchro summon our Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon's effect will then activate, special summoning Crimsin Resonator to our field. And then we're going to use the effect of Crimsin Resonator to special summon 2 Resonators straight from our deck. And once again, we're going to special summon Synchron Resonator and Creation Resonator. Now with this field set up, just like before, we can tune our Red Rising Dragon with our 3 Resonators on the field in order to synchro summon Red Supernova Dragon. Right off the bat, this is already a very powerful monster, as we've already discussed, but we're going to take this one step further. So first of all, our Synchron Resonator's effect is going to activate from the graveyard, which will allow us to add our Creation Resonator back to our hand. And then we're going to normal summon our Soul Resonator and use his effect to add Bone Archfiend to our hand. Next, you're going to use your Bone Archfiend's effect, discarding any card in your hand to special summon Bone Archfiend. And then with his effect, you're going to send a card from your deck to the graveyard to reduce Soul Resonator's level by 1. In this case, it doesn't matter which card you send to the graveyard, but I would recommend sending your Vision Resonator, that way his effect will get off, and you can use his effect to add Crimson Gaia to your hand, and then use Crimson Gaia's effect to add Red Zone. Now the other option at this point, instead of doing that, once you've summoned your Red Supernova and you have your creation, if you instead have Red Resonator and any level 4, now's the time to use them. So what you're going to do is normal summon your Red Resonator's effect, and then with his effect, when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon a level 4 or lower from your hand. So this ends up with the same board. We have a level 2 and a level 4, just in less steps. So at this point, you'll either have your Red Resonator and any level 4, or you'll have your Soul Resonator and Bone Archfiend with a Vision in the graveyard and 2 extra cards in your hand, which aren't needed for this combo, but that is a much nicer way to do it, and your Soul Resonator will be at level 2. So now we're going to tune our level 2 with our level 4 in order to synchro summon our second copy of Red Rising Dragon. So again, this combo will need at least 2 of the structure deck, or at least 2 Red Rising Dragons to get this going. Ideally, you want to have 3 Red Rising Dragons in your Resonator deck, because this card just helps us extend into anything. So now once our Red Rising Dragon is special summoned, we're going to use his effect to special summon our Synchron Resonator from the graveyard. And then we're going to special summon Creation Resonator from our hand. And next we're going to tune our Red Rising Dragon with our Creation Resonator in order to synchro summon our Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And then we're going to use Synchron Resonator and Abyss in order to synchro summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. Finally, with Synchron Resonator's effect in the graveyard, we're going to add Creation Resonator to our hand. And then once again, we're going to special summon our Creation Resonator. Then we're going to use Bane's effect to tribute Creation Resonator in order to special summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss from our graveyard. And now we have 3 of the most powerful Red Demons Dragons on our field. Now, just like I said before, if you only have 1 copy of Red Rising Dragon, then instead you would want to increase him to level 4 and go into your Scar Red Dragon Archfiend, Scarlight Dragon Archfiend, or Red Dragon Archfiend. In most cases, I would recommend going into Scar Red. But there you go. That is our most powerful Resonator combo that you can pull off with at least 2 copies of this deck, or at least 2 Red Rising Dragons, and it is very effective. Otherwise, the best combos that you want to use is your Soul Resonator Bone Archfiend combo in order to go into Red Rising Dragon and pull out any of these combos listed here. Now, if you want me to more simply list these combos in a straightforward fashion, let me know down in the comments and I will guide you through how to pull off all of this, getting out your Hot Red Dragon Abyss and your Red Nova, or simply your Red Supernova Dragon very easily. So there you have it. That is basically all the combos that you need to know to run the Crimsin King Structure Deck. Again, like I said before, the back of your playmat will have the best combos that you can pull off with this deck, and then just use this video as a supplement to teach you how to get there with your Red Rising Dragon. As always with any Red Resonator combo, you're going to go into your Red Rising Dragon. Red Resonator? It works. You're going to go into your Red Rising Dragon and then use that to combo off with Crimsin Resonator usually, and then just go into a bunch of different synchro summons. Make sure to pay attention to your monster's effects, like with your Vision Resonator, who can add spells and traps to your hand. Crimsin Resonator special summons 2 Resonators from your deck, and of course all of your synchro monsters have their own very powerful effects that you should read up on to know exactly what these endboards can do. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you have any questions about today's video, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, leave a like, share it with a friend, and thank you once again. And subscribe for more. In a couple days, I'm going to go over some more, even more powerful combos using the cards that I suggested you add to your deck in our previous Crimsin King video, the best cards to add. So if you haven't watched that video, go check it out, and stay tuned for that video coming up soon. Also, check out the new Jack Atlas merch on my shop at senkara.myspreadshop.com. We've got some pretty awesome stuff on there. If you like Jack, if you like Resonators, if you like the Crimsin King Structure Deck, then absolutely have a look at that. And thank you all so very much for watching. My name has been Senkara, and until next time, see ya.